Hi, you've tuned into the Raging Aggron channel, and I'm your host, Djingis. This will be the draft recap of the ABL. We had a draft Saturday, and if you missed it, you can actually watch it on the ABL channel. I will link it in the description. It was really fun. Sadly, I couldn't talk in the draft in the live stream, which I was supposed to, since my network more or less crashed. Some idiot that damaged a network cable, so we had a very poor network to what I'm used to. But I actually managed to get through my thoughts to all picks, so they will actually read up my thoughts around every pick, more or less every thought. I think it's just the first pick and the last 2 or 3 that you don't read, something like that. Either because they missed them or didn't have time, and I'm fine with either because I discussed really all the aspects that I was going through as well. But first out, the captain pick, and the captain pick could be a Mega, Tapu, or Ultra Beast, and I think it was something else. But I decided to go with the Mega because I don't like the Tapus at all. They in my eyes they are forced. In my eyes, they are very much forced, and that's really sad. So that's why I decided to not go for a Mega. Well, that's why I decided to not go for the Tapu, and I decided to go for Mega. And when I looked at the Mega list, since they're only using released Megas, I couldn't use Mega Aggron, which is one of my favorites. And then there was a toss-up between Mega Lopunny, Mega Beedrill, and Mega... what's it called? Mega Alakazam. But I decided to go with the Mega that I'm most familiar with, and that is Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny is... It's just... normal fighting type with Scrappy, hits so hard, base 136 attack and base 35 speed. Not very bulky, not bulky at all, but thanks to the attack and speed it can actually do a lot of damage to their opponent. And I am pretty sure that you all are very keen to see the nicknames for them, but you will see them in the end. I will read them up then. So Mega Lopunny, it doesn't do too much of different things. It just you bring Fake Out, Sub, High Jump Kick, Return, or you go with, I don't know if it gets Drain Punch actually. Does it? Yeah, it does get Drain Punch. Circle Throw, not really useful in my opinion. Baton Pass. Set up the Sub and go Baton Pass. It does get Healable, but I mean I will not run it as a cleric, that's for sure. I will not run it as a special attacker either, so Blizzard, Focus, Blasting Grass, not pretty useless on this thing. And if I'm not completely wrong, one of the best checks to Mega Lopunny in Ferrothorn went undrafted. I mean I can do a lot of damage with this thing. It would be really fun to use it. Then in the OU tier, in the first pick with the captain, I was like in the last 3 picks of the round, and I was in like the last 5 picks of the round in OU, and I was like, I will never get the one I wanted. But I did. For some reason, Garchomp dropped to the 5 last picks in the OU tier, and I was extremely happy for that. I had Garchomp in the PSL. I have not used it very well there because the matchup hasn't been very great for it. I've met a lot of people that has very good special attackers or Pokemon a lot known to run Hidden Power Ice, so I've just had it on the team and I haven't really been able to use it very well. But I have Garchomp here. Can be a lot of different sets. I can see myself running Specs actually on Garchomp because that's a very good move pool. So I'm thinking of doing that at some point. You will most likely see a semi-bulky Garchomp as well. But of course you will always see it attacking more or less from me. It's a very good Pokemon, great move pool as I said. it's not the best. It's not the best. Just gonna do that first. So it's not the best Pokemon to have on a team. If you look at weaknesses, since 4 times ice is very easily handled, just like 4 times fire. Hidden powers are just so powerful in draft league format if you have something that is 4 times resist, 4 times weak to something. So I will actually have to work really hard to be able to work this thing well, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I love Garchomp. It's one of my favorite Pokemons when it comes to laddering or when it comes to leagues. It will be very fun to use it. Then in the UU tier, I was actually pretty high up on the list, and I was so glad, because otherwise Arcanine would have gone so much faster. I mean, I would not have been able to get Arcanine if it wasn't for that. And maybe I should have told you this in the start, but all the rounds were randomized, so you had no clue where you went and when you went. And that was a bit of a bummer, because a lot of the coaches that had a crucial teammates that they needed on the teams got sniped because they had a late pick or something, or I mean, it was just chaos. But it was still pretty fun. Arcanine is a very bulky Pokemon, very good all-rounder, pretty fast as well, good special attack, good attack. Intimidate Rocky Helmet is really good. Intimidate Assault Vest can work pretty well as well. You have Snarl on this thing. You can do so much with Arcanine. I also get some form of priority, which I actually lacked in my PSL team, in my opinion. But this will be very fun. I really like this pick. I've used Arcanine very well in VGC and in laddering for like, it was in like middle of Auras. But it will be very fun. And there are some teams that actually have pretty good water core, but has Sunsetters. So in that regard, I can actually bring Arcanine and Scarfit with Solar Beam, and I'm good to go. So yeah, Arcanine is a Pokemon that you shouldn't sleep on. It's very bulky and very hard to take down, very annoying. And then, remember, we're using the Smogon tiers, and for some reason in Sun and Moon, Goodra is in RU, is it? Yeah, RU is the next one after UU. I never played below UU, yeah, maybe once, twice, but not so often. So I'm not really familiar with them, which order they're coming. But yeah, Goodra is in RU. And I picked up Goodra. Yeah. So I have a Sap Zipper with Hydration and Gooey, as well as with other, as the free abilities. Extremely bulky Pokemon, very hard to take down. Can do a lot of things that I've lacked prior to this, in my opinion. Gives me something that can actually wall a lot of things and can actually deal good damage back. I feel like it's not underrated, but it's rather overrated in my opinion. So I'm pretty glad that I actually managed to pick it up, because I don't know how much I will use the defensive variant of it. In some matchups that I feel it will be good, but I see this more like a special attacking dragon. So I have both a physical offensive dragon and a special attacking dragon, and both can be pretty bulky if I wanted to. So I'm really glad about this pick. Really glad that Goodra went so late as well. I mean, I was in like the 5 or 6 last picks of the RU round, and actually managed to pick up Goodra. Very good Pokemon, can do a lot of things. I'm really glad that I got it. And then for some reason, this is just, I had no clue how Smogon tiers works, guys, no clue at all. But this is wrong. This is completely wrong. So I have Goodra with Sap Zipper already. In the round after that, I went like in the middle. And when I did my draft plan, Miltank was in NU. NU is after RU, of course. So Miltank was in NU. And for some reason, it's still in NU when we had a draft. So I picked up Miltank in NU. And I don't know about you guys, but everyone that has faced Whitney knows exactly how much damage Miltank can do to your team. Everyone that has watched the GBA or UCL or anything like that knows how much damage Miltank can do to your team just by being there and being bulky. Has Thick Fat, has Scrappy, has Sap Zipper, 3 abilities, which of all of them I have doubles on. I have Scrappy in my Megalopony, I have Sap Zip in Gudra, and I have Thick Fat on another Pokemon in the later on here. But I managed to pick up Miltank, gives me Rock Setter, gives me Cleric, gives me a good wall. Can be offensive. I actually joked about bringing Banded Rollout. So I will see if I will do that. If it's the right matchup and if it's like a late sweep, I will probably do it. Because it's just so fun to do. But yeah, it's a very bulky Pokemon. 95 HP, 105 defense, 70 special defense, 80 attack and 100 speed. I mean, it's very, very good stats. And now when I look at the team now, I thought that I drafted a very, very slow team during the draft, but when I look at it now, I mean, I have 135 speed on Megalopony, 102 in Garchomp, 95 in Arcanine, 80 in Gudra, and now 100 in Miltank. And you'll see why that's important later, because this will give me this will give me a huge advantage in the games, in my opinion, when it comes to prep. And in the PU, I feel it, yeah, PU, we have Gorgeist is back. I don't know why Gorgeist is so low in Smogon. I mean, Gorgeist is so good. It does so much, especially in League format. I've used it very, very well in the PSL, and I was very close to stall out the Chansey with this thing. If I've done one move correctly, I would have stalled out the Chansey in the PSL with Gorgeist. That's how good Gorgeist is. So I'm really glad about this. We will have Frisk. The other two are not as good of the abilities to pick up an Insomnia. Not very good abilities in my eyes. But Frisk is very, very good in League format. Can do a lot of things. Not the best special defense, but when you run max special defense, you actually have almost the exact same special defensive stat as defensive stat. You can just sit there and tank hits. Leech Seed, Synthesis, Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, Fire Blast, Seed Bomb. I mean, it does so much damage, this thing. By just sitting there and be a huge problem for the opponent. And when you look at it, I don't have... The only weakness I really have with the 6 picks are Ice, with Dual Dragons and Grass. But I mean, I have Thick Fat on my... what it's called? My Miltank, and I also have a Gudra that is so specially defensive that doesn't really care about an Ice Beam and Power Ice, and I also have an Arcanine that can take care of Ice. So I mean, I'm pretty glad with that. And since my team is so fast, most ice types aren't very fast. What I know, they're like around the 80s to 100 maybe. Don't think they're faster than that. Most of them are slower. And I can do a lot of damage with Arcanine. I can do a lot of damage with the Lopunny. So I mean, I'm not very scared of ice types. Like I said, the worst thing is Hidden Power Ices. That would be so bad. But I know that Gorgeist can take as less as 10% from super effective Hidden Power Ice if you're on the right set. So I mean, I really like Gorgeist. Leftovers, Rocky Helmet, Assault Vest is not as good on Gorgeist, but it can work. It can work. If we really want to have a very bulky Gorgeist. So these are my first 6 picks. And as you can see, it's a very good team in my opinion. It's very well rounded. And just these 6 can actually be bring every week and I will do pretty well. And then you add these 6 that I have here. And first off now we are down in the 3 rounds, guys. So we do 6 free rounds. So you have a team of 11 Pokemon total. And for some reason, no one drafted Mamoswine in the OU. And I was pretty late in the free round as well. And no one drafted Mamoswine. So hey, I picked up Mamoswine. So here's my other Thick Fat user, and I have two of the best offensive ground types in the game, with both Garchomp and Mamoswine. Mamoswine will most likely be my C user. I'm pretty sure that I wrote it in the ABL server that I would use. Yeah, I will have Mamoswine as my C captain. And it's just like Stab Ice and Stab Ground are really, really good. It also have Knockoff that sit pretty hard with a C move. You can do a lot of things with this thing. I actually get Freeze Dry, which I didn't know I got. That's a really, really good move in my eyes. You can do a lot of damage. I get Light Screen, I get Reflect. I can do a lot of things with this thing. It also gives me another Stealth Rocker. But I don't have a Spin just yet, so that's a bit of a bummer, because rocks actually hurt my team pretty bad. Yeah, I can do a lot of things with this thing. If I really want to do, I can run an Amnesia set, just to be able to eat hits even better. But Thick Fat is really, really good. So yeah, that's. I'm really happy with that. I can do a lot of things with this thing. Bandage, Assault Vested, Choice Scarfed. Specs might work since it's 70 special attack, but I don't think I will bring it. But I mean, it's a very good Pokemon. It would be very, very fun to use it. And then in the second free round, I was pretty late in the draft again, and I was so scared because I needed this Pokemon so bad on my team. So when Trevor Levity, I don't remember if it was Trevor Levity, I don't think it was TJ, but it was either Trevor or Levity. They said like, oh, here's a pick that I really, really like. Here's an original first gen Pokemon, bulky, water type, and a spinner. And my heart just sank. I was so scared. And then they said Starmie. And I was so relieved, because that means that Tentacruel was still out there and I could pick up myself a Tentacruel. This would be my fairy switch in most of the time, which sucks because, yeah, it's a poison type. It don't want to get psychicked, and if you predict it, it's gone. Liquidus is great to just get damage on something like Venusaur with Giga Drain, or what is called fighting types with Drain Punch. Will do a lot of damage back as well. Scald is very good game. It's it's one of the best moves in the game. If one of them stuttering, mumbling all over my words, and I can't make any sense of it. I just woke up. I did record this late yesterday, but for some reason the file corrupted, so I'm just redoing it now. But yeah, I got Tentacruel. Liquidus is a great ability. This thing, I mean, it doesn't get the best recovery options at all, so I really need to work with that, but I can make it work pretty easily in my opinion. So that would be very fun to use. This is my only way to get rid of hazards, and I can actually set up Toxic Spikes as well. It does get Dazzling Gleam. It gets a lot of moves that are very good in my opinion. I can use Giga Drain back with this thing, Knockoff, Ice Beam, of course it gets Ice Beam, Poison Jab, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave. And I'm pretty sure you are base 100 speed. I don't remember how much Lele is now. Tapu Lele is base 95, so I can actually run a Scarfed Tentacruel to outspeed Tapu Lele. That's good for me. I will have to calc those later. I will see what I will do. I don't feel like I will bring Tentacruel against the team that has Tapu Lele, because it's Psychic Fairy. I mean, I don't know why you allowed Tapu Lele at all. Same with Marshadow. That's just stupid in my opinion. But yeah, Tentacruel, very good Pokemon. Very bulky, very fast, hard hitting. It can do a lot of things that you don't really think it can do as well. It will be very fun to use. Black Sludge most likely. Could run Specs or Scarf if you want more power to it, but yeah. That's about it. Next up we have a Pokemon that makes my team so... If you didn't think my team was scary beforehand, just imagine having Galvantula on this team. Because I have Galvantula on this team. I mean, it's not the best Pokemon overall, but to be able to set up webs with the team that doesn't, where its slowest Pokemon that isn't offensive is what? I feel like Gorgas is my slowest Pokemon so far. That is 54. And everything else is 80 or higher as of right now. And they are walls. And offensive Pokemon. They are not, I mean, that's sick. And I have Galvantula on this team to set up reps. So I will be able to run Adamant and Modest on so many things, so I will hit so hard. The only thing I'm just gonna thank Sly as well right now, because he drafted almost all Defocus and Rapid Spinners. I have no clue why, but I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy for it, because that means that Galvantula will actually be able to put in a lot of work. Compound Eyes are a very good ability. Thunder will hit a lot of, so many more times than it does regularly. It's not the fastest, but I mean base 108 is still pretty good speed. In 97 special attack, it can do a lot of things. It has pretty good move pool as well. Energy Ball, Bug Buzz, Thunderbolt, most likely the set I will bring together with. Maybe Protect, Sticky Webs of course. Focus Sash will most likely be the item. Maybe I go Specs. Volt Switch, U-Turn. Leech Life does actually get, but it doesn't have the best physical attack stat. But still a good option. So this is, I mean, I really like this pick. I'm really glad that I got it. So that it will be very fun to use. So I'm looking forward to using this team a lot, because I feel like it's a lot better than my PSL team as of right now. But then we thought that it wasn't bad enough to have speed stats I have on this team. Then imagine just adding Sharpedo with speed boost on this team, and I have Sticker Webs. Most of the time I will not even need to click, I will not even need to run Protect on Sharpedo, since I have Sticker Webs. I will be faster and I can kill it back if I'm banded or Specs or something. So this would be a very fun Pokemon to use, since I have Sticker Webs. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world, but it's very fun to use it. I used an Ancient Power set pretty well in the past, so it will be very fun to see how I managed to work with this Pokemon again. It was a long time ago now since I used it. The best thing with Sharpedo is that it gets Psychic Fangs. So they can't really set up screens against me if I bring Sharpedo. That will help me tremendously, especially against Pokemon like Tapu Lele and so on. And it actually speed type with Tapu Lele, which means that if you bring Scarf Tapu Lele and I have the Stick Webs up, I will be just as fast. If it's not Scarf Tapu Lele and I have Stick Webs up, I have Sharpedo with Speed Boost, and I will be faster all the time. So I mean, I don't think I will do too much to it, but Poison Jab should still be able to do a ton of damage to it. But yeah, that's Sharpedo for you. I'm really glad I got this pick. I mean, after Galvantula, I didn't have a draft plan at all most of the time. I just went with Pokemon that I thought could be cool to use. So yeah, Sharpedo was the first one that I feel like, hey, I need a physical attacker again. I know that I have a lot of physical attackers, but I need a physical attacker that can also be special. Special attacking. I also need a dark type. I also need a physical water type and an attacking water type. So I mean, Sharpedo filled all of those criteriums, so that was just a pickup for me. And then this was actually pretty fun during the stream, because this was my first pick after they had to speed up things. And I know that Trevor actually, because it was either Trevor or Levity that Thrawn laughed about this, but it was so fun. So I really just go back and watch that on the stream. It will be in the ABL channel. I will link it in the description, of course, as I said earlier. But I really like slacking, and I know that you don't see slacking that often in Draft League format because of Truant. But if you have a bulky team, and I have a pretty bulky team, you can actually make it work pretty well with Truant. And in my eyes, this is the best what's it called? Wow. I forgot the name right now. Why do I forgot the name? Yeah, but you know, when you lose a Pokemon and you switch in Slacking, I forgot what it's called. Revenge Killer. That's what it is. So you just run Slacking with the Truant, and you can. I mean, I used it pretty well in the PSL. Got 4 kills in 2 games, and I haven't lost a game when I brought it. Thanks to its attacks that being like base 160 and HP at base 150, base 100 defense, base 100 speed. Yes, guys, base 100 speed. The only thing that is bad on this thing is its special defense with base 65, but thanks to its HP and defense being so high, you can actually do a lot of things with that speed stat as well. And thanks to it being a 160 attack, return is almost a 1-hit KO on everything that isn't resisted. And with Facade, everything is 1-hit KO unless you're resisted or immune. And the only thing that hits harder than return on this thing is super effective Earthquake and super effective Gunk Shot. I don't think it has any other move that is. I mean, Double Edge will hit harder than anything else. So, I mean, but Hammer Arm might be able to do a lot of damage as well if you learn that. But I mean, you don't really need to do that because Return, Facade, Gunk Shot, Earthquake covers a lot of things. It is pretty easy, pretty hard to take down. I will just try. I'm not gonna give away what I'm doing right now. This is just for. This is just for myself. Let me just do this right now. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So yeah, my normal set with Slacking has 2 ways to destroy that. I mean, Slacking is just so bulky. I can say this. Titanium C Tapu Lele with Focus Blast, with the set that I'm most likely running, does max 80. Not that one. Does max 83%, and I kill it back. That's just sick. So, I mean, this is just a great Pokemon on my team. It hits so hard, very hard to take down as well. And then over to my last pick. Musharna was my last pick. Very bulky Psychic type. Very good Pokemon as well in my eyes. Synchronized and Forewarn are very good abilities in my eyes. Very good move pool. Can do a lot of things. It's a screen setter, it's a Coal Minder, Baton Passer. Gives me a lot of viable options. That also gets a Gyro Ball. It doesn't have the best attacks, but I mean, it can still do work, I guess. But I have decided to drop Musharna as fast as possible because no one drafted Gardevoir, so I will draft Gardevoir. So I will drop Musharna and pick up Gardevoir. So I have a Fairy type on my team as well because I like that. And I feel like Gardevoir will do the things that Musharna does. Gardevoir will do it a bit better, and I don't really need a bulk that Musharna gives me, since I already have a pretty bulky team. So yeah. So that's that. I will not talk too much about Musharna since I won't have it, and I will not talk about Gardevoir before I know that I will have it. Yeah, so this is my team, and I'm just gonna go through the nicknames pretty fast here. So first off, we have the Megalopony. It will have the name Megadeth, and you will see a theme here with all the nicknames. So we have Megadeth to Megalopony, Dragon Force to Garchomp, that is back from the PSL, Inflames to Arcanine, Imagine Dragons to Gudra, Alyssa or Alyssa White Glass, the Miltank, most likely just Alyssa, and Miltank will always be shiny, guys. Then we have Halloween, the Gorgeist, Sonata Arctica, the Mamoswine, Drowning Pool, the Tentacruel, AC/DC, the Galvantula, Pink Floyd, the Sharpedo, and Sharpedo will always be shiny. That's why Pink Floyd. Last Tribe, the Slacking, and Dream Theater, Musharna. And of course, I will drop Musharna for Galadriel, the Gardevoir, also back from the PSL. I'm very happy with this team. It will be very fun to use it. and I'm ready to kick some ass in the ABL, guys. I'm ready to win. This is ranked as one of the hardest team to face, and I can see why. When your slowest Pokemon is Gorgeist, and you have nothing under 80 base speed after that, that's good. But I will see you later, guys. This is my team, and it will be so fun to use.